Today I want to talk about the top 5 things not to say to your ex if you're trying to get them back. Hey folks, I am Jim Miller, helping you find and keep the love of your life and write a better love story. If you're new to the channel, I would ask you to smash that subscribe button. Should be right about over here. I would appreciate it. Tick the bell icon, that way you'll be notified when I upload new videos a couple times a week. And give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy what I have to say. I certainly would appreciate it. Leave a comment in the section down below if there's something else you want me to talk about. That being said, let's talk about the 5 things not to say. And realistically, folks, understand, this is more women and the way that women deal with relationships. This is more of a woman thing to say these things. Now, this can come from either men or women, but the way that women deal and process relationships, this is probably more something that you would expect to hear from them. The number 1 thing not to say: don't argue that he owes you an explanation for why the relationship ended. Telling a man that he owes you an explanation is going to put him, most of these things actually will put them on the defensive. This will kick up the defense, that automatic defense, and they're going to find every reason in the world not to give you a reason. They aren't going to give you a reason. People look for closure, and closure is never what they think that it is. 9 times out of 10, 99% out of 100, I should say, you know, someone's seeking closure. When they get the closure, they're more confused and in worse shape than they were beforehand. So yeah, don't demand that your ex, don't tell them that they owe you an explanation. They do not. Mistake number 2, don't tell them that the relationship was going just fine and try to force them to own their share of the blame. When you try to force someone to accept blame, again, their defenses are going to automatically jump up and they're going to look for every reason why it wasn't their fault. You know, people avoid blame for things all the time. Number 1, you shouldn't be trying to blame them. You know, the only person that you have any access over, any control over, is yourself. Most of my videos deal with your mindset. Accept the blame, accept your failure in the relationship. They had a situation too. I've never seen a relationship that was one person. I've seen people that have been the catalyst to kind of destroy things, but don't try and push their share of the blame off on them. You will just cause defensiveness and resentment. Mistake number 3, don't imply that he owes you something after all you've been through. After all we've been through, you owe me. No, he doesn't owe you anything. You don't owe him anything. You are broken up. You want things to get back together? Great. That's fine. And that could very well happen. But if you're trying to tell him that he owes you something, again, his defenses are going to come up and they're going to not hear what you said. This is just a natural response when people, you know, if you're telling me what I owe you, I'm looking for every reason why I don't. And that's just the way that life is, because he's thinking, you're saying you owe me, and he's thinking all the shit that I did for you and you just never appreciated it. Trust me, it de-escalates pretty fast if you're not careful. So avoid that, you know. Mistake number 4, and this one's big: do not tell a man that real relationships take work and they just need to grow up. I mean, you think that, we all think that. God, I know I need to grow up, and every woman out there is going, amen, brother. But the truth of the matter is, when you tell a man that it takes work and he has to grow up, you have just insulted him at a level you cannot really understand unless you're a guy. It's very insulting. It hurts a lot. We all make mistakes in relationship, but again, doing this, his defenses are going to come up and he's going to realize, you know, why, you know, this will just, again, de-escalate into something that you really just don't want to deal with. So do not tell him that real relationships take work and you need to grow up, unless you're looking for a fight. Number 5, don't try to prove to him that you shared something special by forcing him to remember specific examples. We had something so special. Remember when we did this? Remember when we did that? You know, trying to get him to remember those things. He remembers them. Believe me, if you had special times and special moments, he remembers them. He might not be able to recall them right now. He may be aggravated. He may be upset about something, and he can't just automatically drag that stuff up and out. But he does know. He knows about them. Trying to force him to relive those actually is very artificial. And it's not, you know, you want these feelings to come about organically. You want him to remember that. There are subtle ways to remind, But trying to force them to acknowledge what a great time y'all had in Florida or whatever, you know, trying to force that is just that, it's just forced. And doing that will not get you the result you're looking for. So anyway, folks, ladies mostly, those are 5 big mistakes, 5 things not to say if you're trying to get your ex back. I'm Jim Miller, helping you find and keep the love of your life and write a better love story. Check the description down below, got some free ebooks. I got a new one down there, which is kind of like the pre-launch of a new program coming out called Relationship Rewrite. A friend of mine, James Bauer, beirresistible.com, is coming out with it. And this is just kind of a free PDF that you can get. If you're on my mailing list, don't click the link. You're going to get it anyway. You're going to get an email about it. But if you're not on the mailing list, click the link, you know, sign up and download the ebook. Yeah, it's a free resource and it will just help you to rewrite your relationship. Anyway, folks, Jim Miller again. Have a great day. Thank you.